In this bigtractorpower.com video, we're going to take a look at the John Deere 9650 combine. This was the top walker machine from John Deere at the turn of the century. This machine was part of the 50 series, which was the first John Deere line of combines to offer not only a walker machine, but also a rotary machine. The 9650 was the top-end walker machine, which used a conventional system to shake the grain out from the chaff. We're going to be looking at this 9650 harvesting winter wheat. We can see it here entering the field as it begins to harvest with a 20-foot header, and it is windrowing the straw to be baled. Filming for this bigtractorpower.com video took place near Rochester, New York, where small square baling winter wheat straw is popular for the commercial horse industry and other applications. We can see a second John Deere 9650 pulling into the field with a John Deere 920F wheat head. While these 9650s certainly could handle a header as large as a 930F head, they're running the smaller heads because the combines want to windrow the straw in a pretty compact area, and there are John Deere 348 small square balers following those machines. If they're running big 30-foot heads, they're going to have extremely large and fluffy windrows, and that's going to really slow down the baling process. So when they're running the smaller head, that means they're putting less material into that windrow for the baler to pick up. You might notice that the John Deere 9650 combines featured in this video are equipped with a pretty aggressive looking tread on their tires. And that's because in western New York, where these machines are harvesting, farmers often encounter pretty difficult harvest conditions, especially in the fall when they're facing snow and rain. So these 9650s are fitted with 35.5 32 single tires on the drive wheel. And then on the rear steering wheels, we see 28L by 26-inch tires. These tires give the combines a lot of good traction, especially when they get into a sticky situation out in the field. John Deere's Walker combine design made it a market leader in the last half of the 20th century in combine sales. Even long after every other competitor of the company had moved to a rotary design in its combine harvesters, John Deere remained tried and true to that walker design. It wasn't until the 50 series combines in the early 21st century that John Deere began to promote and sell rotary combines. But they remained loyal to that walker design with machines like the 9650, hedging their bets to see how customers would react to that new STS-style rotary machine. The John Deere 9650 was the largest in the walker lineup and really the pinnacle of a lot of history in that walker design. It has 11,625 square inches of walker area. It allows for great performance in cleaning grain with a steep step design that provides aggressive separation as soon as the material enters the straw walker. A 6-inch crankshaft throws and fluffs the crop mat and provides a vigorous separation action as the crop moves through the machine. In this cutaway picture of the John Deere 9650 combine, we can get a good look at how the separation process works. We can see that the crop moves up through the feeder house of the combine from the header into what is known as the Generation 2 Concave. The concave is 26 inches in diameter and features 13 bars to help separate the grain. Then the material moves up into the walkers where they throw and fluff the straw to shake out any remaining grain. The combine's positorque cylinder drive assures peak threshing performance. The single drive is standard on the 50 series Walker combines and provides 470 to 980 RPM cylinder speed, which allows the machine to thresh at peak capacity. As we watch the John Deere 9650 Walker combines work their way through this wheat field, we again can see that the grain head on the front is pretty small for this large machine. Yes, they can run a big 36-foot header, but they're equipped with a John Deere 920F header. And this machine uses a sickle to cut the wheat and then an auger to bring it in through the header, and then it goes through the walking process that we just discussed. The great thing about a Walker combine is that it really leaves a good quality long stem of straw when it goes through the system and shakes out and is dropped back down in the field. When a combine is running a rotary system, it really is aggressive on the straw and chops it up, which is great if you're just trying to leave residue on the field to be plowed under, or maybe have a double crop planted right after it for mulch. But here we want to bale the straw, and that's where these 9650s excel. They can leave a nice long stem of straw that is perfect for a square baler to pick up and put in a compact package that is going to make a horse owner very happy and looking for a quality straw for bedding for their horses. Here we can see the windrowed straw left in the field after the John Deere 9650 combines equipped with the 920F grain heads have completed their work. A John Deere tractor and baler are working their way through the field collecting the straw. The baler makes a nice compact small square bale that's easy to handle by an individual person, and we can see it working its way out of the back of the baler. It hits a turn chute and then is dropped on the ground, which allows for easy pickup. Picking up these small square bales is made easy by a New Holland Self-Propelled Bow Wagon. This machine cruises through the field and picks up those small square bales, collecting up to 160 bales in the bale rack. When the machine is full, it simply drives back to the farm, pulls into the barn, and dumps out a perfect stack of square bales that will be kept dry and safe inside the barn until they're ready to use. The John Deere 9650 Walker Combine was a Class 6 combine, and that was a pretty big machine in the early 2000s. The only thing larger than the 9650 in the 50 series lineup of combines from John Deere was the Class 7 9750 STS rotary combine. The 9650 combine is powered by a 496 cubic inch 8 2.1-liter PowerTech John Deere engine that is rated at 275 horsepower. Again, this machine runs a cylinder concave that has a diameter of 26 inches and it has a width of 65.5 inches. It has a cylinder speed of 470 to 960 RPM. Again, it is a concave type machine with 13 bars for threshing and has a separating area of 11,625 square feet. It has a fuel capacity of 150 U.S. gallons. Its grain tank is 240 bushels and it has an unloading rate of 2.2 bushels per second. The base shipping weight on the 9650 Walker is 25,380 pounds. And again, when you move up to that big Class 7 rotary combine, the 9750 STS combine, the base shipping weight was 28,776 pounds, and that was a 300 bushel machine. So the 9650 was really hanging right in there as a big combine in the early 21st century. As this John Deere 9650 Walker combine finishes unloading winter wheat into the dump truck, we can see its unloading auger moving back into transport position. All of the 50 series John Deere combines came standard with a 17-foot unloading auger, whether they were a Walker machine or an STS rotary style combine. Those augers could be extended up to 20 feet. That is except for the John Deere 9450 Walker combine, which came standard with a 14-foot unloading auger. As this pair of John Deere 9650 combines prepare to travel on to the next field, we can see that the 920F 20-foot grain heads are fitted on header wagons. These header wagons are hooked up directly to the combines for swift and narrow transport down the road to the next wheat field. We hope that you've enjoyed this bigtractorpower.com video. If you would like to see more videos of big farm machines at work, visit bigtractorpower.com to link directly to our YouTube channel with over 1,000 videos of farm machines in action. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, where we share pictures and farm equipment history on a daily basis. Thank you for watching.